point of RNG is simple. I have a list of retro consoles and a giant library of games. I put the list of consoles into random.org, then have Launchbox randomly select from the list of games I have for that console. When I have a game selected, we'll look up a bit about the game, then jump right into it. Today's randomly selected console is the Nintendo 64. Launchbox, select me a random game, please. Today's randomly selected game is Star Soldier: Vanishing Earth. Star Soldier: Vanishing Earth. In the year 2098, mankind had been critically attacked by a military force from Zeograd, a hostile planet in a far-off galaxy. Commander Parker Dehan of Special Interception Air Force decided to deploy and pilot the F-98 Star Soldier fighter craft into the front line of battle against Zeograd. Losing the battle meant the extinction of mankind and the total annihilation of Earth.
Main control system rebooted. Automatic system restoration activated. Simultaneously installing new system. All systems reinitialization complete. I have returned.
Okay, that's not a little slightly creepy. It's very 90s. I'll tell you that much. Wow. Okay. So when looking up a little bit about this game so that I could record my intro for you guys, the reviews were not good. Yeah, they were just not good. I think IGN at the time, in 1998 or 1999, whenever this came out, they gave it a 5 out of 10. And this is a sequel to other games. But I don't quite remember the previous games. But I'm trying not to let a poor score. I mean, 5 out of 10, it's not, it could be worse. But I'm trying not to let it influence me here. Okay, so it doesn't look horrible. Power. It doesn't sound too bad. It probably looks a little bit more cleaned up than an actual N64, but I mean, hey, it's a shooter, right? They kind of didn't make a good transition into the 90s, or rather, they didn't make a good transition into 3D. Some shooters could. Some, however, could not survive the transition. So it looks like there's a combo system. I do have 3 different attacks. So A is my main weapon. B, I believe, is a bomb. That's when all those lasers were shooting out. This, or Z, rather, is the little big beam that I shot ahead of me with this. So I think the E is what refilled that meter. Damn it, I keep getting... Wow! Already! Holy shit. Okay. Secret path. Oh, there's some secrets in this. Okay. I do like a what seems like a linear shooter, like completely linear, but then it ends up being not so linear. I kind of like that. But okay, so if you've watched RNG, you know that I'm not the greatest shmup player, but I kind of like them, even though, I'm not the greatest at them. There's something about the type of gameplay that they provide. I don't know what that little thing is at the bottom, the swirling triangles are. I don't, I'm not great at them, but I don't know what it is about them that keeps me coming back. I play them and I will sometimes get frustrated, but I keep trying. And I think there's something to be said about a game that will frustrate me to no end, but I want to keep trying to play. There have only been a couple of games that have, there's been a lot more than a couple that have just raged me to an extent of I don't want to look at you. I did one of those games on my channel on this series. Fucking Wolverine. But looks like this is one of those shooters that if you die or your power-ups, you can't get your power-ups going, you're just gonna get overpowered, which is what happened to me. I died more or less because I died once and I got caught in that cycle of you're dead. Okay, well you're dead again. Well you're dead some more. Well, okay, game over. Because you know these shmups, you've got to retain your power-ups. You've got to retain them. Otherwise, if you die and it's got a system where you lose your power-ups, or you'll get, you know, revived at that spot and you'll lose your power-up. Okay. Hey, look at that. I am not reset all the way back. I was just about to say, a game that will reset you all the way back to 1 when you die sucks. And it's hard to recover from that. But a game that doesn't reset you, it only resets you back a little bit versus a lot, has something kind of going for it. Well, I should have stalled and waited to say that because this is one of those games. Instead of getting reset all the way back, I only got reset a little bit. So that's kind of nice. I utterly kicked your shit in, guy. Let's do that again. Okay, well, that was really easy.
Mission clear.
Sorry, boss. I hit you with a couple of special moves, and that's all she wrote. Now, I do think that shmups, and maybe that's because I suck at them, can be made better. And by better, I mean like a life system, a life bar system, instead of a one hit, your life is over. No, granted, it would probably have to be balanced a little bit differently. It depends on how how you play. You make the structure of your game. If you die and reset with back to 1 power up, or no power ups rather, not powered up at all, you've got to balance your game differently than if in this game. I don't get reset back to 0 or 1. I get reset back just a little bit. So the balance in this game is a little bit different than, let's say, Gradius. Where in that game, if you die, it's gonna be really hard for you to get back up to where you were. It's a little bit of a struggle. This game is kind of throwing everything at you because even if you get hit, unless it's a game over, you're not going to start back all that far unless you're only a couple of power-ups in, and then you restart back at 1. But if you're sufficiently powered up, which I think that's what it says up in the upper right, level 3-2, I'm going to get reset back a little bit instead of a lot. It probably sounds like I'm rambling, but I'm trying to concentrate while get my point across at the same time. Which, as you all know, sucks. Okay, come on. So, I read that review from IGN, and pretty much what it said was that this game is a shmup, and there's really not much to offer to it. But, if I had this game on the N64 when I was a kid, when this game came out, I think that I would like it. I would probably eat it up. This isn't that bad. This is actually pretty good. I'm more or less ignoring the really horrible, like water, for example, that's below me. But this is pretty good, all things considered. Okay, cool. When I do that, when I do my front beam, his other shots, I get rid of his other shots. I attack them. It also looks like my max power is 3-2 for now. At least for now it is. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, back up. We're back to 3-1. I don't think I'm hitting him. I forgot that I have C buttons. Oh, maybe I was hitting him. I thought, well, maybe I should... my C buttons will do something and I'll change, like, positions or whatever. No, I was attacking him the whole time. It's just, for whatever reason, it doesn't show that I'm hitting him. There's no... It's not showing... There's no indicator saying, hey, you're hitting me. It's just, It felt like I was doing no damage to him.
Mission 3.
Whereas my special moves, it felt like, you know, obviously I was doing damage to him. Okay, so there are split paths. So stages 3, 4, and 5 have split paths. So I should theoretically be able to get to them. Though I've never done the regular stages, so it might not behoove me to do the alternate stages, but I know that they exist. Which, like I was trying to say earlier, that's pretty good. Oh, I have a shield. I didn't know I have a shield. I also don't know how my specials get... charged up. I know the little E, I believe the E's doing it. But there's got to be something else that does it. I'm just blowing away walls and fans and other shit that's... Okay, why was there a fan in a giant spaceship? At least I assume I'm in a spaceship. Also, I recovered fairly well. I died... Was it once or twice? And I came back. That's pretty good. Come on, come on, come on. We can do... Oh, shit, I should have kept going right. Bam! Also, my shield only lasts a little while, and I wonder if that eats up some of my energy. Oh, thank God. Ah! Come on. Crap, I'm on the boss. So what were we saying about, you know, once you start dying, you get caught in an endless loop of death? Yeah, I'm at that loop. And I thought I was doing so well for recovering. Okay, so you... I don't like your pattern. Damn it, I wasn't trying to... Fuck. I wasn't trying to... do my shield. I'm trying to do my shield. Where do I start back? Do I start... Oh, mission 2, 2, 3, and 4 have the secret path. Okay. Do I start all the way back from stage 1?
Mission 3.
Oh, okay, no.
Invaded.
It's 3. That's way better than 1. Okay. Alright, so I got set back a little bit. Not too bad. But I'm trying to not use my specials. But I gotta get my attack, my main attack up. I've got to get it back up to where I'm shooting a little bit more wide. I also didn't play around with the other ships. I just assumed that the blue guy had lasers, and I was correct. The blue guy has lasers. But I don't know what the other two were. I can probably guess what they were by tropes of shmups. And that's one thing that I don't like of regular or most shmups of a certain ilk. They do... I don't know how to put it. They just have tropes that they constantly reuse. The red person is usually just like regular like shots. Like a Vulcan cannon or bullets. If that's what you want to like compare it to. Blue is generally like a laser type weapon. And then the green is usually like some sort of plasma or lock-on type weapon. And each game has its own kind of variants or slight alterations to the trope, but I don't know. It seems like generally that's the accepted trope of most shmups. And now that's not necessarily bad. At least shmups that do the over-the-top view. The side ones usually have their own set of tropes. But, you know, I guess what works. If it works, don't... If it's not broke, don't fix it, I guess is the... God damn it, phrase I'm thinking of. But yeah, the difficulty definitely ramped up there at the end. I don't know. If you are a shmup fan, I say go for it. If you like your shmups, there are not many for the N64. There are not that many. There's only a handful, and I can't even remember the other one. As far as like true side-scrolling or horizontal or vertical shmups go, there are slight alterations. There is like a 3D sort of shmup in Sin and Punishment, but that's more of an on-rails shooter. But I mean, you kind of move the character around the screen. That would essentially be what this is. You're on rails, but you can move around the screen. So there's a couple on the N64, but there are not many. And this one is definitely more classic than Sin and Punishment. Sin and Punishment's a little bit more, for its time, was a little bit more revolutionary. Or a little bit more original in its ideas. Maybe not necessarily revolutionary. But this one is definitely a little bit more classic. It is sure as hell hard. I will tell you that. I don't know what it's going for on eBay, but I would say give it a try. See if you can find it. It was actually kind of a lot of fun. There's 3 different attacks. It didn't look too horrible, but I mean, it's that era of PS1 and N64 blocky polygonal games. Not the PS2 smoothiness, but not SNES pseudo 3D either. So it could be worse, but it could be better. The sound wasn't too bad. The actual music was great, but the sound effects were a little annoying. That robot voice too got on my nerves a little bit quicker than I would have thought that she would have. Overall, not a bad package. I definitely don't think that it warrants its 5 out of 10, but nowadays there are definitely shmups that do it better. Jamestown is a really good shmup, and it's a really interesting premise too. This one, I think, is a little bit more run-of-the-mill, but still ultimately good. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Remember, guys, I do RNG twice a week, so if you liked this episode, if you liked the tone of my voice, please consider giving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Or send it to your friends. Give it a thumbs up. I would also greatly appreciate that as well. So, remember, play more games, and I'll see you freaks and geeks next time. Have a good day.